Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Mr. Miracle, issue number 12. One of the best series out there. How does this one stack up? No easy answer. That's real talk, man. There is no trying to lead you on or anything. There is no easy answer for that one. Let's get into who actually made this book real quick. Tom King is the writer. Mitch Gerads did the pencils, inks, colors, and the variant cover. Clayton Cowles did the letters. And Nick Darrington did the cover. Okay. Also, Mr. Miracle was created by the indelible Jack Kirby. Okay. So, in the previous issue, we saw that Big Barda and Mr. Miracle, it is a Mr. Miracle book, right? They won, along with their kid, right? Little Jacob. They won. They escaped, basically. They escaped this universe into the next universe. They... more specifically, he was addressing Mr. Miracle. But make no mistake, Big Barda saw that same universe. The kid saw the same universe. The kid was looking like, fug! So, there was a whole new universe there. I don't remember Mr. Miracle actually being in that universe. Big Barda was, though, but no baby. Interesting. So, we don't know necessarily what Big Barda had seen, okay? But we do know what Mr. Miracle saw. That's all we know. Again, no easy answer out of this. So, in this issue, Scott is just living his life, man. All this stuff really happened because that mirror that they got from, what's-her-face, Granny Goodness, all right? And go and check out a lot of these comic book characters, 10 things about them on Comic Book University to understand more. Case in point, Granny Goodness. What do you call it? All these, that mirror is there. They have that mirror in their home right now. Scott goes to just hang out and he's like, hey man, I've got all this crazy stuff going on in my life. And meanwhile, there are ghosts, all right? There's these ghosts that the whole dark side is, everything's blurry. Well, now everything's right. But all these people coming by and giving him advice and saying, oh, you did this, you should have done that. All the questions in his life. Now these look all blurry and staticky. These look like ghosts, but his life is set right now. He's got another kid on the way, a daughter, all right? And he's going to have to get himself a white picket fence. You know what I'm saying? I think that he had a white picket fence in his original run. So, man, there's a lot here. Here's what I am going to say. I could be wrong, but I don't think that kids are going to get this. This is coming to you as a 43-year-old man, all right? Got a family, wife, kids, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Bills, whole life. It's the day-to-day. It's the grind. It's just, hey, man, this is how happiness is pursued. You know, happiness isn't something that you attain. It's something that you pursue daily. You choose happiness, you know? You choose to maintain the life that you're currently at. And hey, man, every so often, you know, there comes a thing you're like, I could just get rid of all this. You know what I'm saying? I could just leave all of this. And I think that these are the ghosts that are in his head, that are in Scott Free's head, questioning. It's like, dude, you had a chance to go and lead a superhero life, but he chose not to, because at some point they're like, you know, you died and you had the opportunity to escape death, but you didn't. You chose to stay in hell. But then other people come along and say, hey man, you attained heaven, you know, but I don't know, man, like you chose to leave it. You had the chance to escape and you chose to stay. Can't blame you. Right? A lot of things contradict in this book. There is no easy answer. But this comic book will not continue. There will be a spiritual successor, though, right? I think that the word was a spiritual successor. I don't want to get that wrong. The new and thrilling successor. Nope, nothing spiritual about it. So I do know that, I don't know exactly what that is. I don't claim to have any kind of inside information. Psst, not me. But I do know that there's supposed to be a Female Furies book coming out. I know that Big Barda is supposed to be in that book. So maybe this book is that successor that's being discussed. Maybe there's something else that was announced that I'm not familiar with, that I didn't know about. Hopefully something by Tom King. Maybe Tom King's just hinting, hey man, there's going to be a volume 2 of, it's actually going to be volume, 5? I think volume 4 or 5. Seven Soldiers I don't think counts as an individual volume because it's also titled Mr. Miracle, Seven Soldiers. But the point is, I really do hope that Tom King continues this. All right. I honestly think that this is one of those things that only an adult is truly going to understand. And that doesn't have everything in the world to do with age, but it helps a lot. You know what I'm saying? With age, with age does not wisdom come necessarily, but it helps. It helps to have some years behind you in order to have a true wisdom. And I think that that's what this is. This is really just like a big, giant midlife crisis, you know? Don't forget, in the first issue, he did commit suicide, all right? Actually died for a little while, too. I thought this was going to come back to that. Everything in this book seemed to be hinting towards that, but it was not to be. It's cool, baby. It's cool. This was an amazing book. I can't tell you how much I loved this book. And yes, I am majorly confused by the ending of this book. But that's okay. For me, that's okay. All right? You might not like this book. Age be damned. But I enjoyed this. I thought that this was a very mature read. Big risk putting this book out. You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be a lot of people who are going to complain about this and be like, and I get it. And I just made fun of you with my voice, but it's not where I'm actually trying to go with this. I'm just trying to say, like, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to complain, all right? It's not going to be for everybody. And if you don't understand, you don't understand. It's cool. Like I said, I don't understand. Sometimes understanding is not a prerequisite towards being happy, towards just liking the book. I don't have to actually understand everything that happened in this book. I just have to know this was a fun book. I definitely had fun reading this book. So, yeah. Yeah, that's it. All right, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.